My video series on paruresis, better known as Shy Bladder Syndrome, has generated a lot of interest, and it's not just from men, as women are affected by paruresis also. So when I received a request from the UK Paruresis Trust to make a video focusing purely on the challenges faced by women, I was more than happy to help, and I'm grateful for the inputs given to me by the ladies of the UK Paruresis Trust in helping me make this video. The causes of paruresis and the way it is treated are largely the same in both men and women, so it is best to watch the video series first before watching this supplementary video for women. The video series will give you a good understanding of what causes paruresis and how it can be treated using the principles of cognitive behavioural therapy. There is a link to the series appearing at the top of the page now. Where paruresis differs slightly for women is the challenges presented by ladies' public toilets. Queues are a common problem, and this can create additional pressure, causing the urethral sphincter to close. In some Western cultures, there's a tendency for women to go to toilet together, which also creates additional pressure. Also, as women may spend longer in the toilet to do their hair or makeup, for example, then trying to find an empty public toilet is more difficult. In video 1 of the paruresis series, I talked about how anxiety causes the urethral sphincter to remain closed, and how safety behaviours reinforce the beliefs that drive the anxiety. Here are some of the safety behaviours that women may use. Only using noisy toilets, as hand dryers and flushes drown out the lack of sound if they can't pee. However, for some women, it's not the silence that's the problem. They may be conscious of others hearing them pee, so putting paper down the toilet to muffle the sound is a safety behaviour that they may use. If in a toilet with an accompanying wash basin, they may turn on the taps, hoping the sound of the water will make them urinate. They may wait until friends have gone to the toilet, so they know that they will not join them when they need to pee. Faking it and going back later is common. They may also feel a need to explain this, so joke about their weak bladder. Women may wait until other women are eating, as this means they are unlikely to join them when they need the toilet. Minimizing fluid intake. This is not specific to women, but can be a real problem for women, as it increases the risks of infections like cystitis. All these safety behaviours reinforce the belief that people are going to make fun of you or think you are weird if you can't go. This belief creates anxiety, which prevents urination. Gradually reducing these safety behaviours, as shown in video 4 of my series, will reduce the anxiety, making it easier for the urethral sphincter to open in more situations and locations. Safety behaviours are driven by negative thoughts. Common thoughts in women with paruresis are, people will hear that I can't pee, or conversely, people will be able to hear me peeing. People will be thinking, what's taken her so long? Somebody will say something critical if I use the disabled toilet as I don't look disabled. Of course, the reality is that the only person who is focused on whether you can urinate or not is the person with paruresis. But these negative thoughts can be very convincing to someone with paruresis. However, these negative thoughts can be challenged using the tools shown in video 3 of my series. While safety behaviours reinforce negative thoughts and beliefs, behavioural experiments disprove them. Behavioural experiments are covered in video 4 of my series, but here's an example of a behavioural experiment for women. Amanda believed, if other women can't hear me peeing, they will look at me strangely or say something critical when I come out of the toilet. She rated her belief 9 out of 10. The experiment was, go into the toilet with no intention of using it and sit there for 2 minutes. She was not allowed to make any noise at all, but could leave after 2 minutes. You can do this in a relatively quiet toilet, where there are people but little sound to drown out the silence. Amanda wrote down what happened. She wrote, I felt really conscious that I was not peeing, but when I came out nobody paid any attention to me at all. She re-rated her belief 6 out of 10. After doing it a few more times, the belief dropped to a 3. The most important part of overcoming paruresis is desensitization. Desensitization follows the same process as shown in video 5, but there may be some nuances for women. While men may desensitize by using increasingly busier toilets, this may not always be the best option for women. If you feel more comfortable in busier toilets because the sound drowns out the perceived silence of not being able to urinate, then your hierarchy of fear should be based on using progressively quieter toilets. Equally, if your anxiety is based around people hearing you pee, then progressively quieter toilets are again the best approach. However, if time pressure is your main cause of anxiety, then increasingly busier toilets are better. The best way to create your desensitization plan is to list all the different scenarios you can think of and then put them in order of difficulty. Start by trying the easiest thing on your list and keep repeating it until it becomes easy. Then try the next most difficult one. While this process is difficult, if you persevere and use the tools in this video series, it is possible to significantly reduce the severity of your paruresis. If you would like more information and support for paruresis, visit the UK Paruresis Trust website or the International Paruresis Association website. If you are interested in other anxiety disorders and phobias, check out my channel, where I cover social anxiety, panic disorder, OCD, GAD, and a variety of phobias.